right.
Okay, hello. We're now recording. Yay. Yeah.
All right. Welcome to Render and Java's podcast.
Yeah, we haven't thought of a name for this thing yet, so
Oh
we
yeah,
don't
whatever you're gonna
know.
call it.
Yeah.
We don't know? All right. So insert title here.
Yeah.
Welcome to insert title here. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
we're gonna
I
be
won't
calling
just
each other exclusively Render and Java because we don't want to use our real names. Yeah.
really way to put it on thinking, not let people pick up on that. Anyway, hey, well, don't ask our real names, I guess,
Well, I just had to let the viewers know.
Yeah,
All
yeah, I
right.
mean, I thought
So
it was going to
Render,
be
what
obvious.
are we going to be talking about right now?
Well, why don't we start talking? Well, I guess we
Well,
could.
why don't we
One,
start
th-
talking?
one
What are
one
we
thing
talking about though?
one thing we could talk about is I don't know, Minecraft news. So how's your Minecraft sessions
About
been going?
Minecraft.
Have you been playing much Minecraft? Let's start with that.
I have not been playing much Minecraft to be honest, so not
Oh,
much to talk about on that front.
well, I just uploaded a Minecraft Let's Play,
Yes,
and
and you all should go and watch it. This is just turning into an ad by now.
I haven't even gone through my pitch yet. Why you should watch it? Because it's mostly voiceover, so it's edited. I totally didn't get like all
Oh,
most of the voiceover
cool.
things in like one take. The only
No,
thing that
of
really
course
took
not.
me
You
multiple
edited it
takes
well,
was the
right?
intro, and the intro I cut because it was too laggy because sucks, but sucks at recording Minecraft. But I'm hoping that this will work
OBS is
better
pretty
because I
cool.
don't really have any applications open anymore, so it should be able to pick it up.
Uh,
But it's also recording an MKV file or whatever, so something weird. But anyway, so I was editing
what
that,
is an
and
MKV file?
it's an MP4 basically, but I think less compressed or something. It's a lossless version or something like that. It takes up a lot of gigs, but I have a
Yeah,
two
it probably takes up
I
like
have a 2 terabyte
oh,
hard
so
drive
it's not
now,
compressed.
so
Where'd you
or
get that?
external hard drive from Best Buy. I knew I had to get it before we went on vacation, so
Why before you went on vacation?
because I'm gonna take a lot of pictures. So
Uh, that's a nice segue into our next topic, I'll bet. So, how has
yeah.
your vacation been going?
Oh, it's been so productive.
Productive? What have you been doing?
I've been uploading more videos than like I have before the past
Yeah,
like
I
few
feel like your
weeks.
channel has been way more active than, like, when you're just normally uploading at home.
Well, see, when
I
I'm
guess because
uploading
you
at
don't have to do other
home,
things.
I can I can actually like when I'm uploading at home, I don't go play. I go to the gym and stuff, and I do other like important things.
Hmm.
When on vacation, I have we go I wake up late. I stay in my bed for a little while, until
Same, though.
I'm called for breakfast or something. Literally called.
We should just make our
Uh-huh.
gym sessions podcasts. Like, as we're talking in the gym, we should just record it.
Oh
Talk
no,
about a easy way to make content.
no, that would kind of be really weird because what if we're talking about
It'd
something
be
in the
kind
gym
of
and they
weird.
can't see it, like
Hmm. Oh,
that,
yeah. Fair enough.
what people really want to see is the video of seagulls that I took in Ohio. You may be wondering why the hell
Yes,
is
yeah. How's
how is
that
there a
video
beach
been
in
doing?
Ohio? But there's this thing called Lake Erie, and
Oh, Lake Erie.
I
Yeah,
went
we
to
learned
Lake
about
Erie
that in
today, and
cool,
it
cool,
was pretty
cool.
fun. The funny thing is the sand at the bottom, was actually
There's
had
sand.
ripples, which is really really cool because when you go to the ocean, the ripples aren't like there's big sandbanks they're sort of like ripples but bigger. But if you look underneath, it was literally like it looked like a sine wave basically, which I guess is sort of what it was in the sand. It was
Cool.
just like
Yeah,
up and down.
that's like math in real life, I guess.
No,
Math is
well,
all around us,
I,
kids.
sure, but
Yeah,
they
math is
were
all
hard
around
too.
us.
They weren't. You could step on them, but they were harder than it looks. It was really interesting, and there were basically no rocks in the thing. There was also no fish that I found. I really wanted to slap a fish, but I didn't get to slap a fish. So.
Why did you want to slap a fish?
Because you have you ever like been swimming in a lake and then you kick a fish with your foot, or you slap it with your hands? I just wanted to do that, but potentially.
Now why?
Because to show this.
But like, what made you want to do that?
To show the fish for what they need to punish the fish for what running in my way or whatever. You know, just for being fish.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this podcast is going off the rails pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, I could go up more off the rails. So you know how everybody gets postcards.
Ooh.
Why I get postcards? Well, you're going to Cleveland, right? And what's something that rhymes with cleave? Or what's something that would make for good alliteration? A cleaver. So why didn't I buy a cleaver in Cleveland? So I get a Cleveland cleaver. You know.
You were talking about that, weren't you?
Yeah, and everybody's like, why'd you get this big ass knife or whatever from Cleveland? I have to explain the Cleveland cleaver thing before they get stabbed. No, before I take over the world with my Cleveland cleaver.
You're totally
it's like the energy sword from Halo.
Regardless of whether you have
it's so powerful. Speaking of Halo, I am really good at segues. What have you?
Wait, where did Halo come in any of this?
I said the Cleveland cleaver is like the energy sword from Halo. You know.
Oh, and speaking of Halo, yeah, I just finished Halo Reach. Yeah.
Only Reach? You're supposed to finish Halo 3 by now.
Only Reach.
You need to stay up all night playing Halo. That's the late time you're allowed to stay up is if you play Halo.
I mean, I can, like, stay up as late as I want. If I want to stay up late, but I'd rather not. Because then I'm tired, and then I can't go to the gym early.
Yeah, see, I'm not allowed to stay up late, because my mom likes to say goodnight to me and stuff before she goes to sleep. She has to make sure I'm in bed or something.
Makes sense.
Bed. So, I don't need to...
She doesn't want you to... I'm getting into bad habits, like staying up late.
Well, she doesn't want to get herself into even bad habits either, I guess, because if I stay up late, she stays up late. I mean, but she doesn't even fall asleep half the time anyway. I don't understand it. Yeah. I can fall asleep pretty quickly.
You fall asleep? No, it takes me a while to fall asleep. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, for some reason this bed sometimes this bed. Some other beds can be better, like the bed that in this probably the bedroom that I'm in isn't bad. It's like you lie down and like the bed like envelops you. It's like memory foam or something, and it just like you sink into the bed. Which I'm not sure if I like.
I like
not.
harder beds.
Yeah, I like sleeping on the floor. It's actually really comfortable. You should try it. I heard it's good for your back.
On the floor.
You know.
Yeah, I wonder why your back hurts all the time.
No, I don't sleep on the floor that much.
All right. Like, under what circumstances would you sleep on the floor?
Well, I mean, one time when I was camping and I was kind of tired, I just laid down on the floor in the cabin. And I almost fell asleep, or maybe I did fall. I think I almost fell asleep. That would be like a time if no one was there.
Camping makes sense.
Yeah, it was one of more glamping camping trips where you actually had a cabin and you had heating, which was really weird. Like heating during a camping trip in the winter is something that like you don't usually get. At least in Scouts.
I mean, that sounds pretty nice though, because then you're not freezing cold.
Yeah, it's nice, but you don't get it most of the time unless you're in a cabin. And cabin camping doesn't count for your camping merit badge, so you get another night, but the night isn't really useful for anything. So cabin camping is only really useful if you want to get other requirements, but if you just need nights, you don't need to go on the cabin trips.
Wait, wouldn't you want to go on the cabin trips though?
You could, but you don't need to if you don't. So if you did all this stuff like cooking requirements, like this is some requirements which are like create a meal and plan 5 meals and cook 3 of them or something, and then also plan and make a snack. If you did that,
if the other scouts don't like your meal plan though, like then what happened?
Usually you talk to them with the meal plan, like you discuss it. But
So is it really you making the meal plan, or is it like a team effort?
so you make the meal
These are
plan,
the
and then
questions
you
you
have
should
to
be
like
asking.
you make the meal plan, and then you bring it to them, and you ask, is there anything like, are you allergic to any of this? Do you need to change any of this? Most of the time when you camping, you kind of just have to suck it up and eat it. And if you don't really like the meals, chances are there's another person who's making a different meal that you can just go like eat their meal. So
Oh wait, different people make different meals?
yeah, because there's a lot of people, and I
Oh,
can't
that's
cook.
actually
I can't cook for like 15 people at once. I cook for like 7 maybe, or like
makes
6.
sense.
But I'm not cooking for 15. You have to buy so much food for that, and like usually when you're the cook, you gotta bring all of your stuff that you're cooking with you. So like if you're cooking for yourself, or if you're cooking for yourself and let's say 4 people, you bring all the supply. You bring all, not all the supplies, but all the food for them, and it's your responsibility to do that. But if I had to cook for a lot more people, it'd be a way more stuff to carry. Just like I need more spaghetti or something. If I'm cooking spaghetti, like 4 boxes instead of 2. If I'm just
Spaghetti. So you actually cook like real meals at Boy Scouts?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, usually dinners are the best. Dinners and breakfasts. Lunches are sort of meh. Just because lunches are
Well, I
just like
forgot- well,
lunches
I
are
feel like-
usually a limbo because they're really hard to make. It's not, because there's not really any good lunch meals like that exist that I know about.
There are plenty of good lunch.
But the thing is, it
But
also has to
you
be
could
warm.
just have the dinner meal for lunch.
It has to be warm. It has to be a different meal, and it has to be balanced. It has to have like the food, the thing, all the food plate stuff. So it has to be fully balanced, like nutritionally
They make
balanced.
you do the My Plate stuff.
Yeah, and
Remember in home ec class where they made us do that whole My Plate presentation thing?
I don't know if I did that, but I mean,
That was in like 6th grade. I don't know.
yeah, I don't. I don't remember things that are that long ago.
No,
Sometimes
it was a good time, wasn't it? I thought it was
Oh,
just
wait,
because
it's
just because of our teacher.
I mean, in 6th grade, I was online for that class. I think because I was at that time it was all online. It was at like the end of the year.
Oh, that's right, because of the whole virtual thing. I forgot that even existed. Like nobody wears masks anymore or anything. So like, what reason?
I mean, you
is
say
there...
that, but there are some people in the zoo wearing masks. So like,
Well, that's in Cleveland.
Sure.
Not here, right?
No, they're just
Who cares about
whatever.
Cleveland?
Yeah. I mean, if
Cleveland
they
right
want to wear a
now.
mask, it doesn't really matter to me. I guess. I mean, like,
I mean, if they want to wear a mask,
they're literally just protecting you. So like,
I just prefer not.
yeah.
If somebody wants to, not a problem.
At least it's not those working masks they have to use for like sawdust and stuff, because those suck. You wear it and your face
can you
gets
breathe
all.
in those things?
You can breathe in those things, but they're really really annoying, and they make me sweat like nothing else. Like I get so sweaty, and those are like the types of masks that I probably should wear when I'm doing like woodworking, like an actual reason to wear it.
Yeah, you.
I mean, not
really
to say
should though.
Well, not to say that there's not an actual reason to wear that mask, but that type of mask is only suitable for that condition. Really, like that's the only really what it's suitable for. There's other masks that are better, I guess, like just better, more wearable for viral purposes. But that's one that I should wear. That like the one thing that I would need to wear all the time, regardless of any viral thing, is that mask when I'm doing woodworking and stuff. But I just don't.
You really should though,
And I know I should, but I don't. And I'm gonna make a ventilator. I think I might build something to help remedy that, so I don't have to wear a mask all the time when I'm woodworking. Because
you were talking about that, like a ventilation system.
I've never. The thing is, I've never really seen like anybody. Well, like when I'm working with someone and they're woodworking, they never I've never seen anybody wearing one of those usually, unless it's like on a YouTube video or something. But like in personally in real life, like any family member or adult who's like woodworking with me or like helping me, or I was helping them most likely build something. Masks just were never really a thing. That like I don't think we even talked about it usually. We only talked about it if we were using like fiberglass or metal dust or something. But
well, I don't know. I mean, it's still probably a good idea though.
I think wood's less harmless than that other stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But like if you do it like a lot.
Okay, maybe like once a
then you should
month,
probably
maybe
work
like
on it.
twice a month.
Once a month.
Depends on the projects that I want to work on.
Bad.
Because sometimes I want to use. Sometimes I do it a lot. Sometimes I do a little bit less. Maybe like 3 times a month. Let's go with that as like a or thing.
Three
I've always
times a
got
month
I've got so many
woodworking.
I've got woodworking projects that I want to do. Like I need to make that go kart thing, which is gonna require a little bit of
Oh
wood
yeah,
for the
you were
frame.
no. It's more of a trike go kart though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a tricycle, but it's sort of like it would be like almost the size of the go kart. So of your go kart, it'd be like that around that size, I think, maybe a little bit
Fair
bigger,
enough.
or really just longer. I think it's like 8 feet by 6 feet. It was the word that I have. But the problem is the tire that I have for the back. It it's really annoying to get parts for because it's a tire, and so the way I wanted to use it is I'd have to put like a metal bar through it, and then clamp the or like somehow attach the metal bar to the tire wheel, and then get like 3-inch bearings to put the bar to,
Cool.
and then attach the bar somehow to the chassis. And then that's the hard part though. But and then the other thing
Hmm.
would be getting a chain that's long enough and some gears. Probably weld the gears straight onto the metal bar, just because I'm
Nice.
cheap like
Now,
that.
is that like where are you gonna get all these parts though, you know?
So I just need to get a bicycle. Like I really all that I need right now is I need to get someone to donate me a bicycle or two that I can just tear apart, like
Donate.
literally with like grab the nearest hacksaw, I guess. I mean, I wasn't gonna use a hacksaw, but I've got power tools. But let's just say you have a hacksaw, you just cut straight through the bicycle and cut the wheels off or something. Boom, you got bike wheels. Preferably something that had like 10-inch wheels so that they'd be a little bit smaller. Like the back could be like a 14. I don't think it makes 14. Like a 20 something inch wheel, and the front could be 10 inches on both sides. Because then I could just get two random old bicycles, and I might even be able to cobble their
Okay, so now you
chains
need
together.
two then.
Well, I could
Alright, so
use
you
one. I
just
could.
basically have this whole thing planned out.
Yeah,
But
I'm
let's
just
see when
waiting
I
on
was
the
making
resources. Yeah, it's frustrating.
see when I was making a go-kart like last summer, or maybe it was the summer before that. I forget when it was. I got really lucky because I found like an engine on the side of the road. And then when I was down at my uncle's house, somebody had a go-kart in like their front yard. And it was like, but it wasn't. It was like a go-kart frame. So it was great because I had the whole. It was like the whole thing was already built, with like the chain and everything. I just had to hook the
Yeah,
engine up to it,
yeah, it's just,
which
yeah,
is great. No,
yeah,
I know, and
yeah.
seriously, like if to buy one of those frames online, it's like $200. I knock
Maybe
on the guy's door and he
I
goes,
think
"Oh,
I
you
might
can have
just
it
see
for
if I can buy
40."
a shopping cart somewhere and use a shopping cart for some of the frame.
Yeah, a shopping cart would actually work.
Yeah, but I also want to make like a
Eh,
motorized shopping cart.
See, honestly, a motorized shopping cart sounds way
Ooh,
cooler
an air
than
powered
a
shopping
go-kart
cart. Like
tricycle.
hook two leaf blowers up to the side of the shopping cart and make a jet engine.
Now, see, that would be expensive, but I would actually love to
I
do that.
mean, do you have a
Like,
battery? If you have a battery operated leaf blower, you can like pool our two leaf blowers together for one day, and like
maybe I could take my uncle's battery-operated leaf blower.
that's too far.
Hmm.
No. So
I don't think he'd
get a
be too
friend's
happy with that,
they get a
honestly.
friend's battery operated leaf blower, or just switch the battery because battery's better anyway.
Battery-operated.
So, but seriously, battery operated leaf
I
blowers are
think.
actually really
Well,
nice.
actually, we have an engine-operated blower, but I don't know if that would be.
Well, the ones that have the pull carburetor and all that stuff, they are so frustrating to use sometimes because you got to make sure it's gas. Sometimes you got to make sure the choke's just like in the right setting
Hmm.
because if it's not, it just doesn't work. It's a little finicky, and I
Oh, I know.
I don't like
No,
it as much.
that was such a pain in the neck when I was building the go kart with my dad. It was like 'cause the thing broke, like or what's it called? The engine was broken, and then let's see, the engine was broken because something was wrong with the choke, so we had to like buy replacement parts and stuff. It was fun though.
So when you have an expert, you really know what you're doing a lot more. But I like doing things
Exactly.
a lot
Yeah,
of the time
my
by
dad's kind
myself.
of an expert.
So I do like
Maybe not.
easy projects like this go kart, which won't require an engine, which is really the hard. Like it might require a lot of time, but it
Easy.
won't require the engine. So I won't have to
It
worry
sounds like
about
it would
that.
require. Well, it sounds like it would require skill though.
Well, nothing that I don't really have or can't learn, but an engine is just something that's hard to. It's add too much expense to the project, and I don't really like making my projects expensive because who's gonna pay for it? Like exactly, like who's gonna
Your
pay?
college fund.
No, that goes to stocks. That needs to go into stocks.
Oh,
Yeah. No, but look,
Have you started investing in stocks yet,
No,
Andrew?
my mom's like it's too complicated right now or whatever. So like
Yeah,
I
that's
need
what
I
happened
need to
when I asked
research it
my.
a little bit more, even though I'm pretty sure I know what I might know a little bit about. I know some things, sometimes,
I
but
know a little bit about
I think if I
stocks.
just
Not much.
invest generally into, this is not advice. If I just invest into like one of the larger funds that like is a compilation of a lot of things, that will work. But I also want to
Yeah,
see
like
if it
that
actually,
would be less risky.
yeah, if it actually crashes though, I'm gonna be so glad. Because I mean, if the stock market crashes, where else is it gonna
Yes.
go but up, right?
Mm-hmm. No, if the stock market crashes, then like we have to invest in stocks because think about that. We invest then, and then like when the market gets good, then we just sell them.
You made a
It's
lot of
so
money.
easy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, because I mean, as I heard someone say, stocks is just like the trading of patience from impatient people to patient people, or the other way around. But
Hmm.
it's
More
like if
like
you're
gambling,
patient,
but
you can get a lot of money, but if you're impatient, you won't as much. And also like people who are too like, and sometimes if they were too, they're really impatient people to patient people. Because if you were too patient and you waited a little while, you wouldn't have gotten the opportunity in the first place. But if you're impatient, you're gonna sell it as soon as you can. So it's sort of like a trade off usually.
and
It,
like if you're too impulsive too, that would
yeah,
be pretty
impulsive.
bad because then you would
Yeah.
sell, yeah, and then you would sell all your stuff, and it would be like,
Hey,
the market could get like
as
even
long as you
better
make a
later
decent
on.
amount of money from it, I think you're probably fine. And then taxes is also the other problem that I hate
They
to
wait,
think
there's
about.
taxes on that.
Capital gains tax is one of the taxes. If you get a certain amount of like wealth, you have to pay tax on it. It's like income tax
Well, tax
basically.
the
I think it's
rich.
a
It's the
four
whole
equivalent
thing,
income
right?
tax. Well, it's not even taxing the rich, really,
Sometimes
is
like in
it?
Monopoly.
No, it's not really taxing the rich. It's taxing people who are trying to be rich, who are
Well,
getting to be
that's
rich.
close.
No, but
Close
there's a
enough.
big difference though, because the people who are trying to be rich usually are like
Might not be
working
rich.
hard or like found a, they're not rich yet, right?
Mm.
But if you're already rich, there's a lot of money for you to tax, right? But usually you can't really tax
Actually,
something
that's
that's
true.
just sitting somewhere. I think you can really only tax something when you get it, like when it comes into like your bank account, let's say. I mean, it's a little more complicated, I think. Yeah, but let's just to simplify and say when it comes into your bank
What do
account,
we
you
know
get
about
taxed on it.
taxes?
But if you have it sitting in somewhere and you're not doing anything, it might not be taxed. There's of course way too many caveats, and I'm not a professional, so like, why am I even talking about this? We should
Honestly,
talk about Halo. You know, no.
you sound like a professional right now, just because you're talking so much about it.
That's how professionalism
Like,
works,
if I heard
kids.
you, I might believe you're a professional. So that's a good thing.
Or is it really just like a bad? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Because if you don't really know much about it and you think I'm a professional, like that's kind of scary.
I guess that means that I know even less about it.
You know either less about it, or
Well,
if the professionals are just really terrible.
let's go with the professionals are really terrible.
Yeah. It's like those people that convince others to drink bleach and stuff.
Don't drink the bleach.
Don't drink the bleach. Put everything else in your mouth, but
Don't,
don't drink the bleach.
but don't drink the bleach.
Bears
I
drink
remember
the
that song.
bleach. The bears drink the bleach.
The
The
bears
bears put
drink the
everything in their
bleach.
mouth, so they drink the bleach. Yeah.
Oh, is that how it goes? Is there
That's one
anything else
verse.
after that, though?
I haven't heard anything else after that. I've never heard of any. Yeah, I think that's it. But why don't we make a new verse? You know, no. I'm too drained for
Good
that.
idea.
You know, no. We gotta make a song at
Oh,
some point, though. You know.
well, what'd you do in Ohio?
So today was the Lake Erie. Yeah, I think
That's
yesterday was the
right.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then the day before that was
Oh,
the
that was
Great
the
Lakes
rock. Yeah,
Science
like other than
Center.
it, like
Oh
Erie,
no,
because
no,
I
no! Yesterday was
we
the
talked
zoo,
about
and then
Lake
before
Erie
that
too.
was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think, or maybe it was the opposite. Honestly, I don't remember because it's just like looking back on it, it's sort of like a blur. But also, I have like 2 more wristbands
Hmm.
now, so I'm kind of happy.
Yeah.
I have 5
I
wristbands
remember I
now.
used to keep wristbands on my wrist all the time. It was a whole lot of fun.
It's just I'm too lazy to take them off, and now I just have to keep doing it because I mean, like you start it. Once you
Nah.
start, you can't stop.
Yeah, well, it's a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's definitely like a thing that people do. because if we don't do it, then other people have to do it, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, speaking of
Because we're,
things that I do and other
perfectly
people have to
normal.
do, I have this amazing sandwich recipe. It's called peanut butter with spinach, and then put tuna on the top and put another piece of bread on top. It's
Oh yeah,
amazing,
because
and I think everybody else should do it
I
too.
haven't heard enough about that.
Yeah.
No, I every day I have lunch with you, or did when it was still school. I would see your delicious sandwich, but
I
we
mean,
can tell the viewers
well, a
about.
delicious sandwich or just other weird stuff like a bunch of pasta. Most of the time, it's just a bunch of cold
I
pasta.
remember you would eat the pasta with your hands.
Yes,
That was a good
I'm a
time.
professional. Like I'm a professional Hans Zimmer because you got to call yourself Hans Zimmer, and then that allows you to do everything with your hands because it becomes like a beautiful piece of musical artwork. It's like musical talent, but using your hands instead of to play a piano or something.
Hans Zimmer.
You use it to eat food. It's really like it's a fine art. You just have to take seriously.
What, eating food with your hands?
Yeah, as I said, it's the art of Hans Zimmer. Yeah,
Hans Zimmer.
yeah, Hans Zimmer. It's amazing. It's
Oh
like
man,
it makes everything taste like a delicacy.
really? But like, I don't know. Somehow I just can't get behind it.
Well, yeah, because it's gonna be in front of you, so I don't know how you're gonna like you can get behind it easy, but well, I didn't think that one through.
Puns are great.
You can get behind it. It's not that hard.
Did
Yeah, like
No, I'm sorry. The joke is falling off.
ah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
it's struggling to survive, John. Render.
I don't want to edit this. Damn it. Hi, I'll just have to remember what the market is. I think it's actually capturing the. I think OBS is actually capturing the toolbar.
Is it capturing the little the circles?
Well, yeah, it's capturing the like the time and all that stuff. So I think I'm gonna crop that out. I don't know.
Yeah, good idea. Just when you edit,
I'll
what
have
have we
to
got?
I'll have to edit
It's
all.
about a half. We're about a half hour in.
Okay.
Get that and crop that out. That never happened. I use people's by names when I talk way too much.
I don't really. I mean, I don't. I do talk to people sometimes. Actually, it's kind of weird. It's a weird thing that I have talking to people.
No, when I use people's names.
No, I don't like. I don't really like using people's names. I just like saying like, "Hey, you." No,
Hey,
but if you don't use people's names,
can
then like you can make it more ambiguous about what you're talking about. So if it turns out like you say something that like wasn't great, that they didn't really like, it's sort of like it's sort of harder for them to like pin the blame on you. So basically, let's say I said something.
really?
It was more abstract, right? That like you didn't like, but I didn't specifically say the name, so it could apply to you, and it probably applies to that person. But you need a little more context to know. So you kind of can weave it almost
so
like
they can't quote. So
it's easier to weave
when
your
they
way
go
out
to
of things.
quote you. Hmm.
Yeah, it's easier to weave your way out of things, I guess.
Weep your way. I thought you said weasel your way out of things, but
I think I said
did you
both
say
at the same
weep
time.
your way out of things?
I think I said weave and weasel like at the same time, and
Oh, weave, and then how did that turn? How did that turn into weep though?
they're similar. They both have W, and they both have like a V sounding thing, even though it's not really a V. Maybe in V's.
But it's a P, not a V.
Yeah, well,
Z, P,
no,
Z.
I was thinking the EE, so it sounds like V a little bit, but yeah.
Fair enough.
So the funny thing is, I was making my YouTube video, right? And I think I spent more time watching YouTube than actually making the video. I become William Osmond, like you're waiting for the thing to render, and you're just watching videos, and then you get sidetracked, or like you're in the middle of cutting things together, and you're watching a video, and then like the actual amount of time it probably took to do was like 17 minutes, but you spend 17 more minutes watching a video. Yeah.
But, like, do you like watch the video or listen to the video while you edit? Because if it were me, I would be listening to the video. Like,
I mean, it really depends on the part of editing that I'm doing. Because if I'm recording the voiceover, I don't listen to watch anything. I actually watched the video part first. Like I watched the video part decently quietly, so it doesn't pick up in my mic, and I in my through my headset, and I talk.
So
And
you have to watch. I guess that makes sense. You have to watch the entire video if you're going to do a voiceover.
yeah, so I watched it there. But the amazing thing is when it's in voiceover, I don't hear my me talking because I'm not talking yet. I'm recording the part of me talking, so I don't have to listen to my own voice, which makes it so much more
Wait,
pleasant.
Well, what's wrong with your own voice?
I just hate listening to my own voice. I just don't like it.
Well, your voice is fine. I hate listening to my own voice. I don't think
Exactly.
your voice is
That's
bad
what I'm
to listen
saying.
to. And you
It's
probably don't think that my voice is bad to listen. But we both
exactly.
hate listening to our own voice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta edit each other's videos or something. My editing style on your channel and your editing style on my channel. I mean, you're probably gonna get the worst videos out of that deal. I'm telling you.
No. You actually do pretty good editing. At least you did in your last for solo.
I don't think I edited that one, did I?
Did you not?
You mean the survival let's play thing? That I didn't really edit that. I just had to change. I changed the speed.
Not the let's play. I didn't see the. I only watched a little bit of the let's play so far.
I don't really like edit any of my videos.
A brilliant idea though.
Because
no, you did edit the let's play. You made it 0.5. You made it so you have to put it on 0.5.
Yeah, I made it 2 times speed so that it's better. Yeah, it's better for reasons. But if you put it on 0.5 speed, you get it as it was intended. It's literally just the basic. It's basically.
It still sounds weird though, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I sound weird anyway. It's a concept. I got it from a Spiffing Brit video. I mean, I've thought of that concept for a while, honestly. But I mean, like the Spiffing Brit video is really stuck in my mind. But he did that, and whenever you watch it in 0.5 speed, you get 200% viewer retention rate or whatever. So it does better for the video. So the video gets even more views. So yeah,
that's pretty smart, I have to say.
Yeah, you should do it.
I should. Yeah, actually, you're right. I should try that. And no, that clip in the beginning though, that was great. Because in the beginning of the video, you have that clip where it's like, hey, if this video is too fast, then you can put it on 0.5 speed, just to really hint to the viewer.
Yeah, it's literally like all over that video. It was sort of like a test.
Oh, you like?
It was sort of a test to see how well it did. I don't think it's going to do very well because I don't have an audience really, which is fine. I mean, I think I'm going to do more voiceover styles regardless of whether people really like it or not because I just find that more enjoyable, just to edit.
Well, I did see that one guy in your comments who absolutely loved your videos. So if you're making one person happy, I think that's pretty good.
I guess, but like, is it really good if it's going to make me unhappy doing it? I don't know.
Is it making you unhappy?
No, I mean, it's sometimes it's tiring, I guess, editing. I hate editing.
See, I enjoy editing.
I enjoy editing. I enjoy editing if the video clips aren't like an hour long or 55 minutes long. So I
would be okay. Like, I'm okay editing like a lot of stuff because I think it's fun. Because ironically though, like most of my videos that I post are all just shorts. So I don't even have to do that much.
I have to learn a little bit more about my video editor because like I was trying to use it. I was trying to render it, and then it'd render like the first clip in all white, and sometimes it wouldn't even.
Yeah, I want to try to use that editor. Because it doesn't have a watermark, right?
No, Kdenlive doesn't. But then I realized, hey, wait a second. I found the files for the old video editor. Some of the files that were left over from the uninstall because like uninstall save some things.
Nothing's ever fully deleted.
Yeah. Well, they save some special things about it, so if you reinstall it, like you get some of the rewards back, because or like if you paid for it, like you still keep the key. Huh. So anyway, I found the thing, and I don't think it really deleted itself. Really, maybe I installed it twice, but
were you able to piece it back together?
No, I didn't want to piece it back together. I didn't really like. I liked the video editor, but I figured out. I saw like there was a JPEG image that said watermark, and I was thinking, what if I make this totally transparent? Like, what if I make this fully transparent? Maybe it will work better.
Yeah, because the old editor you're using was Power Director, right?
Yeah, Cyberlink Power Director.
Yes, Cyberlink Power Director. See, I love that editor, but the problem is that there's a watermark. I wonder if that's illegal.
No, I had a feeling. I have a feeling it won't work. Like if they were smart programmers, they would have like reset that file to something
Yeah, they
else.
probably you know what it probably does is like downloads from the internet. It downloads the file and replaces it.
Or maybe it
Because see, what I
doesn't.
always
You
did
never
was
know.
I don't know.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
I
it
guess
has
there's only one
maybe it
way to
has another
find
maybe it
out.
has like a locked assets folder. Or who knows? Maybe
Well, then
just
how'd you find it if it was a locked asset?
I mean maybe I have admin things. Maybe like because if
Maybe once you deleted it, it got like unlocked or something.
that could have worked too. But I have admin
But hey,
privileges, so like maybe they were assuming that the user didn't have admin or something. I don't know. Maybe they just were lazy.
but hey, that's just a theory. Game theory.
A software theory. No
Yeah, a
copyright infringement here.
software
No, I
theory.
don't think that's definitely not copyright because it's just a parody, parodying that guy, right? As long as you change the
Yeah,
words.
yeah. No, it's not. People do it all the time,
I mean,
right?
it is a catchphrase, and I don't think I don't think he'd even like want to go through the process of copywriting a catchphrase when
It's
it's obviously just like it's just better for him if he doesn't. Honestly,
especially from two channels that get like no views.
yes,
So
yes. I mean,
hey,
we get
we'll
no
get
views
views
now, and
eventually, right?
till we take a steak and put it on a steak and burn it with a blowtorch, and then we'll get a bunch of views. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
no.
the potato was already a pretty good video.
Oh, yeah.
I should send you the potato video so you can upload it onto your channel
I
too.
don't think I even uploaded that
'Cause
fire video. That like, I don't think I uploaded that.
what fire video?
The Leaf Blower Fire thing
You
that
did
you
it.
sent me. Because I mean,
Oh yeah, do you not upload?
like, what am
No,
I
that
gonna
one
make that?
didn't
What
do
am I
very
gonna
well.
turn that into? Like, what am I gonna turn this into? I didn't have any ideas at the moment. Maybe I'll do like a meme, make it into some meme.
What, the fire video?
Yeah, I don't think I'll make it similar to the Capybara Stairs video, where it's just like Capybara Stairs, and
Oh
then
yeah.
like oh, that's just a little elite. That's
Top
my.
tier editing right there.
I mean, hey, I figured something new out. I didn't know how to use
No,
video effects in that editor really, so I figured out you could use a transform button and put a video overlaying another video, and it was pretty interesting.
nice. No, the hashtag on that I thought was pretty funny because you literally you hashtagged it. Or whatever the heck that thing said.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a meme. I'm not sure. I think I sent it to you. The video. It's like the elites have a conversation. and in certain games of Halo, they speak in their alien language, and sometimes they speak in English. I don't remember. I think they just it was a lot for the game developers to do, or maybe Cortana got the ability to translate in between. Some I don't know, but some game when I think it's like
they'll just explain it away with Cortana.
yeah, but or maybe I think it was like the first game. I don't think it's translated to English, but which makes sense because like they maybe didn't have a lot of budget to hire more voice actors, and it's easier to just have the guy say random things and have it get in. Because then you don't have to hire a voice actor. You could just use the sound guy.
Wasn't that what they did in Ice Age with Scrat? Scrat was I think the director.
Was he the squirrel too or something?
Yeah, the squirrel. No, Scrat the squirrel. You know Scrat, right?
Yeah, I don't really watch Ice Age that much. I sort of remember it.
I'm telling you, Scrat was the best before Disney canceled Ice Age. I mean, it was just as well because like the fifth movie kind of sucked, but
oh, they're squeezing it.
Scrat was
milking the cash cow.
Yeah, that's what they did. But Scrat will always hold a special place in our hearts, right?
I guess so.
No,
I mean it's not as special as like the few video games and stuff that I really love, like the things that really like inspire. Halo, Minecraft, Star Wars, and maybe Top Gear.
Top Gun.
Top Gear.
Top Gun.
Well, Top Gun, but also Top Gear if you're older.
Danger Zone.
So yeah, Halo. That like there's a few like maybe like let's say 7 or 5 or 6 maybe 7 like franchises that are really like things that like inspire a lot, and there's others that like or inspire a lot of people, and there's others that inspire a little bit less, or like a lot less people. Sort of like there's the main big things that people like the
the thing
classic
about
stuff.
franchises like that like are classic and inspire people and stuff. They only inspire people, until some big company buys it. Like, for example, Star Wars, right?
Well, I mean, Star Wars. I mean, the original trilogy is always the original trilogy, and they don't change that. So, I don't really know.
Exactly.
I mean, I would like the sequels isn't really Star Wars. I don't really think any of the spin-off shows are really much really like they don't capture the Star Wars.
I
much,
personally
really.
like the spin-off shows, honestly.
It depends on the spin-off show, on it, really. Like, what's the new Boba Fett? Book of Boba Fett? I don't think that's... from what I heard, I didn't watch it. I don't think that one's that good. Though
Boba Fett was alright.
My opinions.
Mandalorian is the best spin-off show, like, to ever come.
I feel like the Clone Wars might be better, but if it was live action, it'd be even better.
Actually, fair enough. Yeah, well, Clone Wars was George Lucas. That's why it's better.
I think Clone Wars would be better than The Mandalorian, even though this is Jon Favreau. This isn't George Lucas. So, like apparently, Star Wars, the original trilogy, was based off George Lucas's. George, because Luke's initial is Luke S, and that's Lucas's last name, and he sort of based it off him, right?
So you think that Luke was George Lucas, or like some
sort of based off of him or his dreams or something, which is just so beautiful.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah,
directors do that a lot, right? They like insert themselves into the story.
Hey, which makes for a good story. I mean, I know when I'm writing, sometimes if you can envision it, it's great.
Like that guy from The Simpsons.
Matt Groening. Yeah. Oh, that's another one. Those icons. That's like important. That's important. That inspires people. Like, I didn't really watch The Simpsons much, but also Simpsons is sort of hard to watch now. It's actually really hard to find. Well, you have to pay for Disney Plus.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
Apparently, the old ones aren't like the high quality versions anymore. I think they're like the worse quality. So it's like
the old ones are better.
Yeah.
We know that.
No, like they upload them in
but the reason
144p or something.
Is because there's this thing, I forget what his name is, but there's this thing where like Matt Groening supposedly inserted himself into The Simpsons as some weird character.
Well,
I don't know if
his mother, his name was Marge, and his father's name was Homer, actually.
Oh, actually?
Yeah, and he had two sisters, I think. I don't know if their names were the same, but yeah, I watched like a video. So, I think he's Bart.
Well, now I get it.
No,
his son's name was Bart.
No, I don't think he's like, I guess he's sort of like based that off his life, that like the names and like there's. But he's.
So wait, who is he though? I guess he's not. I guess he doesn't.
I think like Bart is like the representation of what he was trying to portray. I don't think he was trying to portray himself. I think he put his family in there because what he was trying to do is like model after a family, like after a common family in the time. Like a real one.
Yeah, the idea was just that it was a common American family.
Yeah, a common American.
Hilarious because Americans are hilariously stupid,
Not necessarily. I mean,
imagine being a loser American.
I mean, yeah. Hans Wormhat.
Hans Wormhat.
He's some guy who just like posts like ridiculous stupid videos that I only found because I was watching Sir Sick videos, and like Sir Sick is amazing. He's pretty sick, But so Sir Sick, I think I sent you a video of him, but he mocks a bunch of things, and basically he finds these stupid videos that are like telling you to drink bleach and stuff, and he sort of almost
song.
He does like a satirical commentary and basically makes people laugh by like laughing at it. It's like low for content, and it's so good.
Does he do well? Like just making fun of stuff.
I mean, he has almost 1,000 subscribers, I guess. So sure. Oh. I mean, he's 85.3.
So he just gets 1,000 subscribers for making fun of stuff.
I mean, he does put some effort into his jokes, and I mean, he has 700 something videos. So.
Whoa! Where are they like shorts?
No, they're like 17 minutes to 20-ish. Sometimes, like they're good, decent length.
People watch that.
Yeah, I watch it a lot.
17 minutes.
I mean, I watch in 2 times speed, or really 2.5 now, since I found the YouTube playback controller that allows me to watch faster. But
well, you can watch stuff in 2.5 times speed.
If you download this Chrome application,
And what are we sponsored by this Chrome application now?
I wish, but like their donation, like you donate to them and stuff. It's really useful actually. I don't know if I have.
Did you donate to them?
No, I didn't donate to them because I don't really donate to anything, honestly. I mean, like maybe if I had a source of income, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, whatever.
Well, once your channel gets really popular, then you'll have a source of income.
Yeah. Oh, I got a great idea.
Yeah.
Why don't we make up names for ourselves every podcast?
Yeah, because right now it's render in Java. I've done great following that rule. But next time we could think of something else.
No, you don't say that now. We retroactively rename ourselves, and then next podcast we make up names. Just so I could get just so I don't have to do extra work. That'd be stupid. But I get
do extra work doing what?
I have to find the thing and just edit the audio. But if it's just the audio, which is really nice. Audacity. I'm not sponsored. I wish I was. Audacity, please sponsor me, please.
Audacity is.
Audacity is amazing. Like it's the best audio thing out there, I think, and it's free, which is just so good. I mean, it's not. Maybe there's some other audio softwares, but I think like the one thing that might have an advantage is if it has synthesizers. Like I really want like a software that's free that I can use to electronically make sounds, or like a keyboard, which would be just super.
Why don't you make it yourself then? Does that kind of thing exist though?
Yeah, I just haven't had the time. A synthesizer that does exist. I mean, I could also use the keyboard that you got at your house. I could borrow that, like for just.
I have a keyboard at my house.
Yeah, in the middle of the house, lying on the ground. Remember?
Oh yeah, that one. I thought I was thinking. All right, when you said keyboard, my brain blanked, and I was thinking of like a computer keyboard, like where you type stuff.
Yeah, are you typing now?
I guess I'm thinking of computers.
Yeah, it sounds like you're typing on the computer right now. Or it did.
No, I'm just playing Minecraft.
Oh, Minecrafting and podcasting. Oh wow.
Yeah, at the same time.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'd say I'm being productive, but I don't really count that as productive.
I mean, are you recording the Minecraft stuff or something stupid?
Am I?
No, I'm asking you if you are, because if you are, then I mean, like,
I am.
Good on you. Good on you.
I am recording the Minecraft stuff for something stupid.
Good.
I'm gonna make some Minecraft shorts.
Oh, I need to make like those wildly like popular sort of like. Did you know this type of short?
Yeah.
Like those I could do the super effects like, hey, in Bedrock Edition, you can put lava in cauldrons, but recently now you can put lava in cauldrons in Java, or something stupid.
Did you know? Well, that one's pretty stupid.
Or did you know that in Bedrock Edition you can dye water in cauldrons?
Yeah.
I hate those videos too because like I know all this Minecraft stuff already, but if you didn't, I guess it's useful now. Like,
but see, we're Minecraft professionals, right?
You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll do a satirical one. Did you know that Minecraft pandas are more useful than in real life? If you kill them just right,
kill them and get their snot.
Yeah, if you kill them just right, you can get their snot. And in real life, pandas eat bamboo for 99% of the day, or something, or percent of their waking hours, and they're really bad at reproducing. But in Minecraft, you can make pandas reproduce easily if you put a big stalk of bamboo and feed them a little about their favorite Happy Meal.
If you were monetized, then you'd probably get demonetized pretty quick.
Why? By making sarcastic videos that wouldn't do well in China?
Well, you would be banned in China.
Yeah, so they don't speak English much in China though. So like, I mean, actually, apparently, a bunch of the English websites in China aren't banned because they figure that the people who speak English in China already like knew enough, and that they weren't gonna like the Chinese people like there's such a minority that they weren't gonna do much, and if they worth it. Yeah, because if they ban a lot more things, they're gonna make the people like realize a lot more quickly how like oppressed they are. But if they give the illusion of some things, if they keep some things on ban, they can give the illusion of them like protecting the citizens or giving freedom.
Oh, so then they have something to say when, like, people say
Yeah,
you're kind of being
yeah,
a tyrant.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
wow, that's clever. Hmm,
Yeah, clever for a
clever,
bear
yeah.
who likes honey. His name may or may not be Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. I
Winnie
love
the
Winnie the
Pooh, the
Pooh.
leader of
I
China.
wonder if
Winnie the
Winnie the
Pooh.
I wonder if Winnie the Pooh is banned in China.
Actually, yeah, he is. Winnie the Pooh is
Is he
banned in.
actually?
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh is banned in China just because because there are memes of the leader of China looking like Winnie the Pooh, and I guess the leader of
Oh, and
China
so
is
they
is a
decided that
is a little
that wasn't
little
good.
boy, and can't grow
Well,
up.
he's a little angry, right?
Yes. I mean, also, Tiananmen Square, nothing happens here ever.
It's
Whatever.
all right.
Ti- ti-
We don't have to worry about people getting angry about us saying this because I doubt anyone will watch this far into our podcast.
what have I
I
done to
mean,
make
what? It's
anyone
been like
angry
an
at this
hour.
point? I'm just talking about
Hmm.
jokes that things that have happened. I mean, The
Uh,
Simpsons made a joke about the Tiananmen Square massacre. I think I'm about butchering that name, but they made a joke
hmm.
about that.
I mean, I don't know if that's like joke worthy, but we'll go with it.
No, no, they made a joke about it, saying nothing ever happened here in like 1980 some whatever the year was, or 19 some. It was like it was a
Well,
sign.
there's that.
It was a sign that they went to
There's a
China, and that
similar.
was there in the thing.
There's a similar thing like that with what's it called? With Top Gun Maverick. They made like a reference to Taiwan on his jacket or something. And so China wanted, and how dare they? So China, of course, banned Top Gun, and unless Paramount took it away, but they didn't. So if you're in China, you can't watch Top Gun Maverick, which is
Well,
really just a loss for them.
have you heard about the lesbian kissing in
Lightyear,
in one of the Star Wars movies, which I do not
not like
support
wait,
or not.
wait,
What's the
it's in
word?
Star Wars.
In one of the new Star Wars movies, they have two girls kissing, and I'm hoping that the sisters are not gay, which is like really really kind
Wait,
of
what?
gross.
When?
But it was in one of
Wait,
the
wait,
it was
wait,
in
wait.
the
When?
sequels, one of the sequels, and then
Oh,
like
well, of course it's in the
they
sequels.
changed
I
it
mean, that's
they
a given.
changed it for China, but I think they should change that for everyone everywhere because that stuff's kind of gross. Like,
Yeah. Wait. So wait. You're saying they did that in what? How
yeah,
did wait? What episode? What
it
episode?
was the very
That
end, I think, when they destroyed like Star Killer Base or something. Everybody's celebrating. It was
And it
like
was
in the
just like a really
backgrounds.
short thing
It was
to
in the
make all the
backgrounds.
LGBTQ people happy.
We don't need to make them happy. They're happy enough already.
Well, no,
How?
actually no, the companies do need to make them happy because
No, you didn't even get
it's
the joke.
yes. Well,
You didn't even laugh at the joke.
I didn't get the joke. Was it a joke?
I mean, gay is a word for happy, is it not? Or used to.
Oh, well, I might have gotten it if we were talking about gay. We were talking about lesbians, so it's
I
different.
mean, yeah, worse.
Different. Different.
I
I don't know.
mean,
I
they're
mean,
basically the same
I don't
thing.
have a problem if people want to do it, but like when they shove it in your face, it's kind of annoying.
It's
Like no
definitely
hate to people if they
disgusting.
want to
It's
do that.
definitely disgusting if they shove it in front of your face. Like
Well, yeah,
man.
if they're like, see, when companies though they like sit there and go, oh hey, look, these people are gay because they're gay because we want money from the left side of American politics. It's annoying.
I don't care about
Uh,
politics sometimes. I just hate it when they do that. I mean,
we've been
it's like
talking about politics a lot this whole podcast, so I think we do care about politics.
no, well, I haven't really been talking about politics or politics talking about it. No,
Oh
politics.
no,
No, seriously, really, politics are the one that are politics control the world, so they're controlling what we're saying. Yeah, yeah.
they do.
Use your
So
no.
are they really? They
Yeah.
are that actually. That's a
Conspiracy
good
time.
thought. Oh, let me tell you, Render. COVID is all a hoax just to get the pigeons to put us into the matrix so that then we can generate batteries for more pigeon.
Hmm. Oh, I thought it was the seagulls, mate.
You're welcome.
The seagulls, these are all their
Seagulls.
annoying squawking at the sky. They're the ones who are going to bring the end to the world. I mean, I'm telling you, they're just constantly saying the sky is falling. Just listen. No.
Well, that was the chicken. That's different.
No. It's the seagulls, man. The seagulls. I'm telling you.
Seagulls, stop it now.
The way they fight for food, as if the world is ending.
So does that mean that they'll fight us? Like in that movie from like a long time ago.
I don't know what movie you're
What is
referencing,
it?
but
You know the bird, the bird.
but
Wait,
surprisingly,
I forgot
seagulls
what
don't
it's
usually
called.
attack humans, even if they're eating food. Like, I didn't get attacked by
Really?
seagulls today.
Well, that's just oh, okay. Just saying that's just to lull us into sleep so that we don't believe that the seagulls are coming after us. But they are. They
I mean,
are.
it'd be
I'm
kind of
telling you, they
retarded
are.
if the seagulls decided, oh, I'm gonna attack the big scary human to get their food when like big scary human is big and scary.
No, it's because they're a hive mind who want to take over the world. I'm telling you, it's all true.
But you need a bunch of seagulls to fend off humans, because usually at the beach, like there's multiple humans who are gonna gang up on the seagulls. After the seagulls gang up on one human, and then like more seagulls would die. And there's not a giant number of seagulls because seagulls haven't mastered the art of building cities and reproducing en masse and making
Oh,
armies.
but they have chips in them that expand their brains, so they're really smart, so they can use what they
I
have.
think you're talking about corvids, mate.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Corvids are like crows are smarter,
Corvids.
way smarter than seagulls.
COVIDs.
Corvids with an
Oh,
R.
so maybe the crows are taking over the world.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe we have it
I
all
wouldn't
wrong.
doubt that one. Crows are actually a lot really smart because their brains are denser or something like that.
I mean, crows look pretty evil, but
Crows are amazing. Like they're so smart
hey,
too.
dolphins are actually way smart, aren't they?
Well, I
Dolphins
mean,
very smart.
compared to the crow's brain size, they're really smart. Like they figure out things like differences in buoyancy, like buoyancy. Like if you give them like rocks to put in water, they'll like put the big rock in first because they know like make the water rise up more. So if you say to put a floating
No
snack,
way.
no, if you were to put a floating snack in the water and you gave them a variety of rocks, I believe they picked the bigger rock to put in to get the snack faster or something like that. I watched a video on. It was like, yeah, they're like, wow, crows
That's
are amazing.
insane.
Well, like they would put rocks on train tracks just like to see what happens.
So like, do you like? Well, actually, Well then, all right. What I want to know then is why are they scared of Scarecrow if they're so smart?
I mean, have you seen any of the movies where like the crows all sit on the Scarecrow, not even scared of it? Like it's always a thing. Like
actually, yes.
Like it's always a thing that the crows realize really quickly that it's just a scarecrow and it's not moving, and then they figure out that's not actually lifelike. I mean, I bet you.
I'm pretty sure in Charlotte's Web a bunch of crows talked, but that might have been a different movie.
I don't know. I'm basing everything off movies, what conspiracists really do.
Even though, because Hollywood lies, and Hollywood is behind.
But I mean, there's a lot of things that have grains of truth in them. And like crows are really smart, so it makes sense that they'd figure out the scarecrow isn't a real human. It's why is it scaring me? Maybe we've had like tasers on it.
Scarecrow. I mean, it's literally the name, but its namesake doesn't work.
I guess it used to work, but
you think the crows are getting smarter?
Maybe they're just getting more used to humans the longer that humans have been in the area that they've been in.
Now, I want to say that the crows are getting smarter because that supports our conspiracy theory that the crows are going to take over the world.
Conspiracy theories are lame. What's really better is creationists, am I right? No.
Nah, let's not get into that.
That's not even better, though. That's like worse. It doesn't even make any sense half the time. Like, how is that going to turn to some big plan? That's not as fun to talk about.
It does make sense, though.
It doesn't really make creationism doesn't really make any sense when you think about it. But it
does make sense because how are we to say that the universe even like existed? You know what I mean?
By science, or by observing things and thinking that and realizing that if you're gonna make up facts, that usually the facts that you make up aren't testable. Rather, if you make facts that aren't testable, and then you say that it's real, totally real, because you can't test that it's not real, then like what are you even doing? Because like you could do that for anything.
Well, like, you can't test the fact that the universe exploded into existence either, though.
But yeah, but we
don't know.
But we only know that the universe did that is because of all the theories and the the way we think about that, the way we think we know that is because of the theories I have and all the evidence that supports it. So we think about something, we're like, we test it, and you basically keep testing it until it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, you throw it out. But if it keeps working, then that's your running theory. And if it turns out that what you think is true, or that what you think ends up turning true, then that's like turns into a law, I guess. So like Newton's force, F equals ma, that law is like was a theory, and so people kept testing it.
I guess this is.
And
well,
then,
now you're just describing the scientific method.
Yeah, that's the question you asked, though, right? How do we know? This is the way we figure it out is we.
But we don't
test
know
it.
though.
You know, with 99.9999%
of
certainty. So like that's just as much as knowing.
You can't go back millions of years to know that.
I mean, you don't know that you can't go back yet, do you?
Well, actually, let's get started. Get me started on time travel here. Let me tell you. You know the aliens in the pill. Now there's that whole pill thing.
Oh no, not the pill.
What I'm talking about, right?
Not the pill.
I'm telling no. The Tic Tac, remember the big alien Tic Tac that they always have on Ancient Aliens.
Oh, Tic Tacs are disgusting.
The Ancient Aliens.
No, Tic Tacs give me headaches. Maybe there's actually little aliens inside of them. You know, that's why I get headaches from Tic Tacs.
No, the big Tic. I'm talking about the big Tic Tac that they have on that radar recording. Those aliens, let me tell you, they are just us in the future. That's my theory.
I mean, it could be.
Yes. Yeah, because think about it.
When you get to time travel, it's all just like really, really confusing.
I know, but think about it, right? We, evolved thousands of years into the future, right? And then we unlock time travel. And then we go back to let's say 2020 or something for whatever reason. I don't know why you'd want to go back there, but let's say you want to study it. You time travel back, and then people see the flying space things that you use to time travel back, and they go, "Oh, alien." It's not alien.
See,
in the future.
We're just too we just really want to see aliens all the time. You can see it everywhere. There's all those alien sightings have all been debunked all the time. It's like we really want to see aliens. So
yeah. So we
if you really see aliens, you don't know if it's actually aliens or not now, do you? But the way that you should think about it is prove everything else wrong before you consider that it's aliens. So if there's an easier explanation that doesn't involve time travel, then it's probably that. If it's just a seagull.
I mean, if we're being real here, then it's either a seagull or a weather balloon. But it's more fun to say that it's time travel and alien stuff,
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. Ancient Aliens. If you on the History Channel, if you've ever seen that show, it's hilarious. It's more of a comedy than anything.
The History Channel is a comedy.
It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's literally the History Channel is a complete comedy show. Because I know there was this one episode of Ancient Aliens. I don't know if I've told you. Viewers can learn about it, where they said, okay, get this, the aliens are living in another dimension, right? They're living in another dimension, the fourth dimension, something like that. And the way that we can unlock our human potential to see into that other dimension is by taking hallucinogenic drugs. Because people who take hallucinogenic drugs report seeing strange beings floating around. So obviously, those are the aliens in the other. No! It's the aliens in the other dimensions. The guy on the History Channel said so.
But it makes you say, yeah. I think there was some theory that I watched.
It's literally a comedy.
Yeah, there's a theory that I heard about a while back that one of the reasons why humans are more sentient and stuff have more awareness of each other was because people ancient humans were used to take a lot of hallucinogenic drugs like psychedelic mushrooms and stuff, and the amount they ended up taking sort of would enables different pathways in their brain that ended up becoming useful or something. Honestly, I don't remember the theory.
That's what all the people in the Ancient Aliens thing said. It's that unlocked other pathways in your brain.
See, but the way that they would be taking it a lot of psychedelic mushrooms every single day for a long time. I don't think that those History Channel people would be doing that.
See, because all right, the thing that you're saying, maybe that's
theory, and I don't even
maybe a little bit of a credible theory.
I don't even remember half of it though. So
any credibility that they had, they just destroyed it when they said that aliens, that it was the aliens in the other dimension. Because I don't know, how are you supposed to support that?
If you make a claim that there's an invisible teapot in the middle of the in the middle of the solar system, and you can't see it, you can't hear it, you can't feel it, but it's totally there. Definitely, believe me. Like, what are people supposed to do? You know, like it's most
You can't
likely
disprove it.
yeah, if you can't disprove it, there's no point. Like, if you can't disprove it, then there's no point in like really believing that it exists a lot of the time because, like, have you seen my imaginary friend Fred? You can't touch him. He doesn't talk.
I have.
Yeah. You know, he hasn't. He doesn't talk. He doesn't. He does. He
But
can't, he's
there
invisible.
is an argument to be made that he exists, though, because if he like, when you say exists, like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Does it mean that
Physically
it's a physical
exists.
thing you can
Yeah,
touch?
yeah, like physically there, really. Because that's like the.
But
because
if
that's the
you
term of-
truly believe that your imaginary friend exists, then who's to say that he doesn't? You know,
he only
'Cause,
really
like,
exists in your mind, though. Like he doesn't physically
yeah,
exist.
but
He exists
everything
in your
exists in
mind.
our mind. We don't know if anything actually exists. We could all be living in the Matrix,
Yeah,
right?
but if you test the or like if you were to test him his exist like if you were to test where you say, oh, he's over there, and you test to see if he's actually there, then he's not, and he's not. Like, you have some more evidence for it, and if you just keep piling on the evidence, you have an idea that he's not existing. But also, if you keep going back to the if you think, yes, everything is like from our minds. Like, you only generate, like, you only know things from your mind. But how do you know that other people are real too, though? Like, you
You don't. That's
yeah,
the
from
thing.
your perspective,
Because everything exists. Like,
if I had the
literally everything
imaginary
exists
friends,
in our mind.
yeah, if I had the imaginary friend, and from your perspective, it was me, the imaginary friend, believing he existed. You didn't even know that I would exist, so it's really a pointless question because there's no way for us to like actually answer it, or like you just go around in a loop. There's kind of no, like, you can think about it as food for thought, but there's no point in like that's not really good philosophy. Basically, like, it's not something that you should live by. It's something that you that is kind of useless because there's nothing for you to nothing for you to test it. It's sort of, it's unfalsifiable. Like, there's nothing for you to test about it really because you never know. So a lot it's an interesting thing, but it's something that you definitely shouldn't live your life by, because then at that point you just like die. It's basically, it's like the worst form of nihilism, I guess.
You're gonna sit there and think of all these different philosophies, you know.
I mean, like, the best philosophy that I think the best philosophy, or one of the better philosophies, really, is just to like look at the evidence that you have and believe reality based on the evidence that you have, and be willing to change your mind by gathering new evidence, by performing experiments, I guess. Sort of like how relativity and gravities work. Everybody, or the people, thought that gravity worked because of big objects and stuff, and then relativity came along and was like, no, gravity bends space-time and stuff.
Yeah, and it challenged that.
And
then makes sense.
And then,
I mean,
when it ended up working, and when it ended up working in better situations, Newton's law of gravity became dethroned after however long it was. Or I think it was still a theory of gravity, because gravity's.
And who knows? Maybe in like the far, far future, that's going to change. Like, maybe relativity is all just a whole fake.
The only thing that I could think that relativity would change for is quantum mechanics, because relativity just doesn't work on very, very, very small things.
Really?
Yeah, like relativity breaks down at a certain size. I believe. I'm pretty sure. I'm not an expert again, but I know a little bit more about this than.
So then maybe relativity is just something that we made up. You know, maybe there's some quantum thing behind it.
It's something that it's a theory that we made to fit the things that we observe, which is all theories. We observe something and we create a set of rules to do it. It's like backwardsly programming a game. Like, you program a game backwards. Yeah. There's a program behind it, and you make your own code to like emulate it. So it's like let's say you're watching a video of a game working, and you have to try to code that game without being able to look at its own code. Like, you have to code it just by looking at the way it moves and like the way it works, the way things interact. I mean, there could be bunches of different ways that each line is like formatted, right? So you just gotta try to figure it out.
Uh, but you could get the same end result and have a completely different way of getting to it.
Exactly. You can get the same end result, but then
So,
there could be some weird edge cases that
but
change your result.
the mechanics behind it.
The main mechanics
So
could
maybe the
stay the
universe is
same,
like
but
that then.
yeah, like the main mechanics could stay the same, but then there's these small little inconsistencies that have to keep ironing out until you get the as we were saying, the finished game. Like until you
Oh, so if we're to
predict
say that
those.
the universe is the finished game,
Yeah, and
then
we're observing it really, or we're
we're just
living it, but
observing
like
it. Yeah.
observing it sort of.
But see, if we go with that, then who created the game, though? Who coded the game? That's what we gotta think.
I mean, can the game
How
not
did the
code
game
itself?
come about?
Like how? Well, there's no reason for the game not to the code itself though. One of the theories though is that the universe sort of like rebirthed itself after the heat death because there's a very small chance of like quantum tunneling, basically like for things to teleport is the way I can kind of describe it. So if you get like a
So
very
as the universe ends, it gets recreated.
so
Is that
like there's a there after the heat death of the universe or the heat death of the universe is a thing where the universe everything goes so far apart that like they just like inflate like a balloon, I guess. It all expands so far apart that everything's like freezing cold, very very cold, almost at absolute zero or at absolute zero, and
then everything just disappears.
it dissipates. And then the idea is that even that there's a low chance of this quantum tunneling thing to happen, if there's infinite time, which there's no reason for us to not believe that there isn't. Like all signs point to
I think of time as a dimension,
if you
right?
think, yeah,
Like
yeah, but it keeps going
time
on,
is a
right?
dimension. So we're just traveling a long time, but like, if you were to technically, like, going forward, going north, whatever, in that in that direction, that's infinite, right? You could just
Yeah,
keep going in
exactly.
that direction.
If that was
So
infinite, and if there's
I'd
a
like to think that
small,
time is the same.
if there's a small possibility of something to happen, like a very, 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 very small possibility of something to happen every second, and you have infinite seconds, that possibility is going to happen at some point along that. And if you then
Exactly.
the
It's like
idea is
typing
that
on
the
a keyboard
possibility is
thing.
all the mass, or most of the mass in the universe, or a lot of the mass in the universe rather, would quantum tunnel to like around the same spot, and then gravity would take over, and they would like sort of combine, and everything would, and then the gravity would end up pulling the universe back together and would like cause another big bang or something like that.
And then it would recreate, and then it would be another universe.
Yeah,
But see, the question still stands though. Where did everything come from?
that's just a theory though, a universal theory. No, there's
universal
holes in that
theory.
because I think that's one of the holes, but
Yeah. So like,
I mean,
that's the thing about all these theories is people like laugh at saying, "Oh, well, there's no God or whatever." But like, if you're to believe all these other theories that are pretty outlandish, then who's to say that there's not some eternal being that created the universe?
because it's definitely made up by someone. Because one of the reasons why
Not
is
necessarily.
all the religions have like literally all different gods, right? And you can't figure out it's one like which one, right? Like they're all contradict each other, and it's like how do you know this? And again, it's a magical teapot thing. It's unfalsifiable. I can't speak unfalsifiable, so there's kind of no point in like if it's unfalsifiable. You should try to bring evidence to it, and other theories you can actually sort of experiment on a little bit, or like you can like do math about it. But like if it's just a story, like what equation is there? It's what way can you prove it? Basically, like in known physics, what way can you prove that this thing can happen? Basically,
The thing is that like physics, I guess, isn't like supportive. The whole idea that there's an eternal being. Is it? But it just, I don't know. It makes sense.
it doesn't make any sense to me. It's just kind of silly because it's like if there's something that just created the universe and is eternal and still if it's still there, why isn't it doing anything? Like why isn't it touching anything? Can it not touch anything? And then like
But that's the thing.
if it can't change
That's the thing,
anything,
though. It is still doing things.
then what does it do? Like why doesn't it like do all these crazy stuff? Like you have all the power, why can't it do all these crazy things? Just like do it already. And why doesn't it give you
because
definite proof?
that would mean that it was, impulsive, that this being was impulsive,
But I mean, if
it's not impulsive, if a being like this is like, old, whatever, and it wise, but it wants to, make sure that everything works out in the end, then it wouldn't just play around,
But I mean, it has all the power in the world, it can play around and then reset everything back to the way it was, though.
It can.
So
but who's to say that this isn't,
it would make sense for it to do that.
Final. Who's to say that this isn't like the final reset,
So that's sort of like in a prophet or whatever. That's like we only observe the things that we can observe because we're there observing it. Anthropic. There you go. Right. Is it sort of like anthropic in the fact that you can only see the things that you observe because you're there observing it? When people ask, why are we the only, like, why is Earth special? Like, why did we evolve on Earth? You could say one of the answers to that is that Earth is special. Like, we think Earth is special. We're here on Earth is because Earth had the conditions for us to be here. So, like, you wouldn't find yourself on an asteroid usually. Like in the middle of nowhere, because there's no way that life would be able to support that. So you're already in a position.
Earth is special because
exactly. You're special. The reason it feels special is because you were created there, like you were evolved there, and it had specific conditions for that to happen. Because if it didn't have the specific conditions, you wouldn't be there. So if we're already looking at the universe from the point of perspective, our point of view. Everything would seem special. It would seem as if it was created by something, even though it's been just selected sort of randomly, or not. Like it's just basically random spot if you ignore the fact that it has life. It's just a random planet if you ignore that fact. So it seems like everything was created by something, but in all likelihood, like it really wasn't. It was just the way things happened to be. Because again, if you go back to the infinite time thing, if there's a random chance with infinite time, and in this case, if you have infinite space, and space seems to be infinite, something is bound to happen. And if space really is infinite, there would be many, many worlds that are almost identical, infinite worlds that would be identical to this world. So everything would, because
I guess if we haven't found that, but is it like infinite? Like I don't know. There's got to be an end somewhere. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's not necessarily. There doesn't have to be an end to anything, really.
I guess not. You're right. There doesn't have to be an end.
I mean, the only really end that you could think of would be, well, how would it end? That's the thing. You wouldn't really end. The only thing that might make sense is that if it came from a Big Bang, right? Then there must be another spot.
A bang, like what is it going to explode from, though? Is the thing?
It doesn't.
Like I feel like there has to be a starting. Something that starts.
There's a starting time, but there's a starting time, but there isn't a starting place per se. Like there is I guess there's a time where the Big Bang was, but there's not a place where the Big Bang was because the Big Bang is literally everywhere. If that makes any sense, which is actually it's really hard to explain. It should be probably up to experts, but it doesn't make intuitive sense. Which is one of the reasons why I think people have hard time. Some people can have a hard time with it. But basically, if the entire universe came from a single point, then where the single point is everywhere because it involved the entire universe.
But where did the single point come from? Is the thing. I don't know. We're just going in circles here, Because it always ends with where did that come from, no matter what you believe in, Like no matter if you believe in Big Bang or you believe that there's a God, it doesn't really matter because it all ends in
like who created a God exactly? Really, that's another question that I didn't get to do, and I only have like 3 or 4 minutes left on this.
You're running out of time.
Oh, I think we're gonna go to escape room later.
Oh, cool.
We should record a bunch of podcasts back to back and then just like edit them down. Like we should have 30-minute
podcasts. This one up.
Yeah, we can chop this podcast up.
Chop this up.
or just not
Hmm.
even, or
Like
just forget about
the
it.
last 30 minutes, the last 30 minutes is us debating religion. Half of it is like some random stuff.
I mean, if we were
What's the
debating
other
it,
half?
I
China,
would have
maybe?
to go in full on debate mode.
Conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
not in full
religion
on
is
debate.
basically a
I guess we're
conspiracy
not in
theory,
full on.
though. Am I right?
No,
It's
it's
organized
different though. Like,
conspiracy.
nah, it's I don't know. I don't know how to
It's very
explain it.
similar to a
We'll have
conspiracy
to
theory.
come back to the topic once. Yeah, we'll have to come back to the topic once I actually know a little bit more
If you want
about
more
this
about
kind
it,
of stuff.
watch. If you want more atheist stuff, watch Sir Sick. He has like a bunch of atheist videos, which are like,
No, I wasn't talking about atheist stuff.
which is
I was
so
talking
good.
about learning like the actual science, not science, but just logic behind the idea that there is a God because I do believe that there is a God. I can't deny that, but
I just don't
I do.
understand how people can believe that. It doesn't make any sense to me. But sure,
Hmm.
I just cannot
Well,
grasp that.
for me, it's like for me, he's just made a difference in my life, you know. So that's one reason.
Yeah, as long as you're not a Jehovah's Witness, all right.
No, no, no. Those people are weird.
Yeah, it's the same. It's kind of the same thing, but just a little more extreme. I mean,
No, I don't I forget why, but they're like they're it's weird.
they're
They twist the actual truth of the Bible and whatnot.
they twist the story more twisted than it already is. I mean, given the fact that it's gonna be a book written like 1,000 years ago, it's gonna be everything's gonna be already twisted, especially since it was in a totally different language. I mean, things get lost in translation. Imagine how lost in translation you
Yeah,
get without
things.
Google Translate. Like,
Well, Google, I know, but it's different when an actual person translates it, right?
yeah, but like
And
imagine
again, with
if
the
they translate all these words and then maybe they get tired, maybe they're drunk or something, or like there's human error going to be involved in that, and if it's been translated multiple times, sometimes languages just can't be translated perfectly. It just doesn't work.
well, there's definitely, I mean, there definitely would be human error, but
Yeah,
if
and
but because there is a God, then obviously, like, he would probably make it so that the human doesn't make error, right?
yeah, but
I
humans
don't know
make
if that
errors.
makes
That's just
sense.
like a thing that happens all the time. Mistakes. Yeah, there's even a word for it.
What is it?
Mistakes. Humans make mistakes. Like,
Mistakes? Oh, I thought it was some fancy word that you say.
I mean, is it not really fancy though? I mean, it's sort of
Hmm.
fancy.
Well, what defines fancy though?
Exactly. I mean, if it's French, it's
Hmm.
fancy. So, I mean,
Oh, well, yeah,
maybe
exactly. But
mistake
that's
is
just because
French,
we don't. I think fancy is like if it seems out of reach. We think something's fancy when it's out of reach, right?
or maybe overly
Because
excessive.
like overly excessive, out of reach. That yeah. Something like that. Because like if you're what's it called? Like if you don't have like if you don't live in a fancy house, then when you go to like a fancy house, you think it's fancy. But the people who live in the fancy house don't think it's fancy because they are in the fancy house.
Yeah, it depends on context. They might think it's the only reason that they
Generally,
think it's fancy is in comparison to you. So they might
is because the comparison of you who's living in the unfancy house.
or different. Yeah, because
It's
of
all
the difference.
perspective.
Or they might even think your house is fancier. I mean, my house is fancy because it
Maybe.
has all this weird crap that I create all around it.
Yeah, exactly. Hmm.
Has my Halo stuff.
Halo, your Halo stuff. You make Halo stuff.
I mean, I can make
Wait,
Halo. What I really would love
you should make
is to
some
have have like a giant statue of Master Chief killing an elite in
Halo.
my garden when I get older.
That would be so cool. How would
Exactly.
you make that though?
You hire
Like
a
clay
sculptor.
or something?
You hire a
Hire a
sculptor.
sculptor? Yeah. All right, I guess that could work.
I mean, I could make I
Hire.
could make a 3D model.
Well, you could just use the library's 3D printer, right?
Yeah, to make something giant.
Do it block by, to do it like little piece by piece,
Make
as
a
much as
million
you
piece
can, and then
puzzle.
just glue all the pieces together. We
Yeah.
pay the taxes for it.
Yes. I mean, you actually have to pay to use the printer too. So
Oh, you do?
you have to
How
pay for
much?
the plastic stuff that they.
How much do you have to pay for the plastic?
It's like it's very tiny, but it's like 25 cents per like I don't know, let's say yard, or something cheaper than that. I don't
Oh,
remember
wow,
how.
that's okay. That's good. That's good. So you don't have to pay that much. So theoretically,
Yeah,
you
like
could make a Master Chief
that 3D
statue.
printing project that I uploaded was less than $1 or something.
Wow. cool.
I
See
wasn't
that
there.
isn't that much less expensive than actually like having to go and buy one of them, something that does that?
Depends on how you need to use it, I guess.
Hmm. I don't know. I like making stuff
Yeah, but
instead
like
of spending money.
if you depends on how much you need to use the 3D printer and how big you need print what you need something printed in it. So if you have to use it a lot, it might be worth it just to buy it yourself because you also have to travel there.
3D printer.
You have to.
I know,
yeah.
but so then if you take your bike though, then you're only spending time.
Yeah, but time can add up a lot.
But time also equals money.
Oh, yeah, especially if you're Andrew Tate, am I right?
Who's Andrew Tate?
He's some guy who's basically one of the those gurus who like tell you how you can get rich fast or something online. He's like,
yeah, those people.
He's like that, but with like a crazy twist where he has multiple where he takes every single controversial opinion and just like states them all the time, like pretends he believes them all the time. Maybe he even does, and of course he sells the class to make you money in quotation marks. Sometimes a lot of times it doesn't work.
Oh, yeah,
but also
class on how to get
the way that he does it though is he also has other people. He allows other people to like remix his content and he encourages it, which is just like free, which gives him free marketing and gives him way too much free marketing.
Yeah, that's the thing about like using copyrighted stuff. Like a lot of times they'll actually need promotion for the source material.
And he doesn't care what they say because he says every controversial opinion ever, so he gives them more fame. So it makes it like so much more potent. But like it's kind of bad at the same time because he's sort of like scamming people, but also like
he totally. I mean, sounds like it.
Yeah, he's sort of scamming people, but also I think some of it does make returns. But like one of them is like how to side hustle Amazon. Look at the class, I think.
Well, I've seen ads like that, like a lot, where it's like you can get rich fast doing da 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 da. And meanwhile, it's just like something that's probably going to make him more money.
It makes him more money, of course. Yes. I mean, the only way I want to get rich fast is by getting rich fast for real.
The only way I want to get rich fast is by getting rich fast.
For real.
I agree with that quote.
Oh my! We need to clip that. We need to clip that quote. Anyway,
we do.
So to wrap this, this podcast was totally sponsored by me. This podcast is totally sponsored by me believing in sound quality. Notice how there's no air conditioner running.
Yeah, exactly. Same with me here, and notice how there were no voices in the background.
Yeah, I mean,
like that.
Yeah, notice how there's no air conditioner running, and I'm totally like sweating. in this 78
totally not sweating.
Yeah, I'm totally not sweating in this 78-degree Ohio weather. I mean, I'm in a carpeted room. I think it's a little hotter.
Hey, that's not even that bad. 78 degrees.
Yeah, I'm in a carpeted room, and this room's like fully closed off, no window. Like there's windows, but none of them are open. There's 2 windows. I think. Ooh. There's just it's actually a big room. I should give you a house tour, honestly. Yeah.
You should do a house tour and post it on your channel.
I could. I think I'll send it to you. I'm pretty sure I could post a house tour because it's just no one knows where the house is. It's just a house tour. That's a good idea.
It's just a house.
The shower has a window in it to the bedroom.
Vacation house tour. That sounds like a good video.
The shower has a window. And
you have to make it a short, of course, because shorts do better.
I don't know if I have to. There's a dungeon though.
Minecraft dungeons.
There's an old basement which I called it.
There's an old they add Fortnite Battle Pass.
Oh, this is this old part of the basement I call it dungeon. Yeah, it's really cool. So
is it just like a crawl? Is it a crawl space?
No, you can stand up on it and stuff. Like you could like put some people in there actually, but yeah. I should. Hey, speaking of putting things in there, that's where I'm gonna put this podcast. Right when we're done with it, signing off.
Right in the basement.